Hi everyone, welcome to Junk Journaling Barbie. I'm Barb, aka Barbie. Today is the letter Q day in hashtag ABC April 2025. And I bet you a lot of people are doing this one. And it is just a quick make. So it's being a long weekend here, Easter weekend. I figured it's a good day to actually do the quick make. So I'm hoping this is under 15 minutes, let's say, because I over-explain sometimes. I'm trying to break that habit. So I am doing a pocket, but it's to show you how to do any size expandable pocket. So when you put it in a journal page or on a journal page, it's going to be puffed out so you have more room to stick something inside. So let's put it on this paper. And if I was to glue it down, I will glue it down and show you in a minute. You can see that there's going to be more space to put something in there than there would be if we just glued it down like we normally do a paper and glue a shape of a C in there, okay? I just didn't put my notch hole yet. Let's put the notch hole there. Eyeball it. There we go. And yeah, so we will glue that. I gotta find a piece of paper. Okay, found a piece of paper. So we're just going to, this is busy, but I'm going to do one that's not so busy for you to see. So we will just glue the same areas, okay? So down the one side, that flap, down this flap, down this flap. I will show you how to do this in just a second, but these are just going to get glued down to show you what it looks like. All right, so I'm going to glue the bottom one in place first and then tuck those in and push them down. I rounded the corners too if you couldn't see that. So this is what we're going to be making. And if you can see how much thicker that is, that you'll be able to stick something in there. So this is what we're going to be making. It's more of a thicker pocket, so it has more room in it to put things. Okay, so if you have thicker, like a journal card or something that has more layers with a cluster on it or something, you're going to have more room. But I'm going to show you how to make this any size that you would like, so you're able to do it nice and quickly. Okay, so you take your paper, and I'm going to be using my board because I'm going to be scoring. You don't, of course, need a cutting board. You could use scissors, and you can use just your ruler or whatever scoring tool you like, just your fingers even. Okay, so we're going to take the measurement of the width of whatever journal page you have, okay, and you're going to add a 1/2 inch to that. So I already know this paper is 5.5 inches wide, and I want my pocket to fit as tightly as I can to take up the space that's down here. So I'm adding a 1/2 inch, okay, so to a 5.5 inch. That equals 6 inches. So my pocket that I'm going to cut out will be 6 inches. I'm going to just cut this in half so that I have a spot to glue it to as well. So, well, actually I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut this at 6 inches. So this one will be what I'm making the pocket out of. And, oh, they're exactly 6 inches each. Oh, yes, it's a... Anyway. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one I use. I will use this as the background so you could see the pocket better when I do it. So what you do next is you're going to score each side a 1/2 inch on each side and a 1/2 inch at the bottom, okay? So that's what you're going to score. I have on my scoreboard, I have a little thing to flip over. So I'm going to find the 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to score 1/2 inch on this end. I'm going to turn end for end, 1/2 inch on this side, and a 1/2 inch on the bottom. I mean, bottom or top, whichever. you know, if you have no pattern on it, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter. Even if you do, I guess, if it's, you just don't want it upside down. Okay? Now, this has a corner. You'll see the squares on the corner. So I'm cutting, maybe if I put this here, I'm cutting across at an angle so that when I'm cutting the corner right out. Okay. Okay, now those are garbage. Now we're going to fold all those in. You could use your bone folder if you'd like. Fold them all in. Now before I glue in, I like to do two things. I like my corners rounded, so make sure I take both parts into the corner rounder and punch. If you have thicker paper, it might be tricky. You might have to do them, use your scissors to round it. That didn't catch very good. Okay, so it's rounded, so you can see here, it's rounded. And I'm going to put my thumb notch here, because it's a pocket after all. You don't have to do this, but I enjoy doing that. Okay, and then, get rid of this. Then you just flip it over, and we're going to glue these three sides. Okay, so I just have regular Elmer's glue here. Nothing spectacular. It works. You could use a glue stick. You could use whatever you like. Tape, 2-way tape, foam tape. Foam tape would pop it out even more. Okay, and then I would flip it over, and on my card it should fit so nicely. And I'm just putting it on the very bottom. I like to do the bottom, get it in place first and even it out, and then work my way up. And then use my bone folder to kind of make sure everything's in place. Just like so. And there we have it, a nice expandable pocket. It's not, the glue's not set, but yeah, look how much room there is in there. And if you've put in a flat one before, you know how an expandable one is so nice to have, especially when you have thicker pages and stuff. So these ones come in handy. And you can make that any size. Just remember, whatever size the project is you're putting it on, add a 1/2 inch to that, and then you're scoring at the 1/2 inch on each side, so you're actually subtracting. So you'll end up with a 1/2 inch of extra. So 1/2 inch? Yes, a 1/2 inch extra. So it'll be a 1/4 inch on each side of room. If you want it a bit bigger than that, you could always do the math and figure that part out. But yeah, that's nice and easy, quick make. You can mass make them. If you have a journal that you need like 20 of them, you could just mass make them and then glue them all in at once, doing an assembly line. So, all right, everyone. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And I'll talk to you on Monday with the letter R. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but I've all weekend to decide. For those that celebrate, happy Easter and take care. Bye. Thanks for watching.